All right, this is the AMC ape reverse split because people are telling me there's comparisons to this to Wisa, and I can tell you there isn't. Let me explain why. Okay, you got AMC and ape. Okay, they're gonna have the vote. They're gonna do the reverse split. Obviously, the merger, whatever. Wisa's doing the same thing. So people are saying, look at Wisa, and that's what's going to be what's going on with AMC and ape. The reality is no. Let me explain why. Because right now, Popcorn or AMC already has Citigroup preparing to issue out more new apes. So there's going to be more shares added on to that dilution. So there'll be the merger, more shares, reverse split. It's not the same thing as what Wisa's going through. Wisa's not putting together two separate stocks while trying to drop more additional stocks in order to increase liquidity. That's not happening. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? It's not. It's two different things. Yes, they're going to be reverse split, but one's a reverse split 1 to 100. The other one is two stocks merging together, more shares being added to the float. Then they're gonna tighten it up, and then I'm sure they're gonna dump. Now, if you take a look at how many shares Wisa is gonna have, Wisa is gonna have after the reverse split versus AMC Ape and the additional that they're dropping on top, you can't even compare the two. You can't. Now, people are talking about, well, is Ape going to run or squeeze, or AMC going to squeeze when they do the whole thing? Well, see, that's the thing about it. That's the devil in the details. Because when Ape and AMC get merged together, okay, you're going to have more AMC. Then you're dropping more shares on top. That mix there is going to fire extinguisher the fires that are there, the short fires. And people are going, well, no, but if there's a reverse and there's less shares, yeah, it's less shares, but they're going to drop more. They could tell you they're going to drop more because it's public knowledge that Citigroup is the one that's obviously doing that, as far as issuing the more, shares for Ape or Ape, whatever they're going to call it. But let me explain to you the reason why they have to do it. AMC needs money. AMC got an extension on their debt. Now, that extension is a very strange one because they got to prove they got liquidity, but not too much. Because if they have too much, then they got to pay the loan off. So they have to be within that space of, we got money, but not enough to pay off the debt. So give us the extension. Companies want the extensions because this way they can continue to pay off of the revenue that the company makes instead of whatever. So is AMC Ape merger the same as Wisa? No, it's not. They're both going to be reverse squeeze, but the reverse splits. But Wisa is not even. It's clean. Yeah, it's 101. Yeah, it's going to have a small float. But with that small float, a company that's looking to go, okay, now you belong to us, or we're going to take a stake in you, 70%. Now it's cleaner, and they could do that right from the get-go. But over in AMC, that's a whole different dog. That entire plan, Ape, was nothing more than a desperate attempt for liquidity. Okay? Ape was done. And then later on, who got a bonus? Who got a bonus? You didn't get a bonus. I didn't get a bonus. At the end of the day, that's how that was done. So you can't compare one or the other. You can't say, well, this is going to happen just like this one because this is going to... No. This new cuspid for Wisa, that they're going to issue, they're in position to be another company coming in. Listen, within the parent of companies or the companies they partner with, whatever, there's a couple of companies that are there, like JBL, Samsung. He talked about some companies that are there. That's why after the reverse split, I'll take a stake in it. I'm not going to go to the crazy part of the reverse split. That's a different story. But as far as AMC and Ape, no. That's a different world. You have to understand. I did the chart the other day. Just look at that, and you'll understand it's not the same thing. And you can love me, you can hate me, or whatever. But a reverse split, 100 to 1 on a clean company, a small float where people looking to buy into it, with a big investment bank that just took a big stake in it, versus, let's face it, AMC and Ape and the unknowns and being merged together and having all those shares on top, and the fact that they need that money. They need that money. They owe $10 billion. They need money. And the company makes a couple of, there's no major movies on the way. There's nothing. There's no major movies coming out. A lot of people like independent stuff, little stuff on Netflix. Look how many people were watching that creepy stuff Wednesday. How many morons were dancing on TikTok? Their daughters looking like half a zombie. That's what people are into now. They're looking to be home and watch something. People go, no, I love the movies. Really? Really? Like, anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. It's a dying business. People can argue, say different things, whatever. This is just my opinion. But I can tell you one thing. AMC needs money. Isn't it funny how they constantly always need money? Because their business model doesn't make the money. It's the stock, dropping the stock, doing everything with the stock. That's how they were in debt in the first place. That's how we came in to save them. People go, no. It was when the shutdown happened. No, the shutdown put the nail on top of them. And they took that money, like to carry over the PPP loan. They took that money to carry. Come on, man. This is no way. I'm sorry. Nobody can tell me. Nobody can change my mind on anything. Now, will there be a bump? Will there be a bump when the date is given? There's going to be a rush into, probably Ape or AMC. Like, yeah, because people are going to want to grab some shares. Yeah, there's going to be people, oh my God, this is the moment. And if it bumps up a little bit, this is the squeeze. You're going to see that kind of stuff. Is it logical? No, not at all. Because if you look at it with logic, Ape with AMC merged together is dilution with more shares on top, even more dilution, and then a reverse split. But then the executive team, the company has shares that they're going to drop once the stock tightens up and the price goes up, and if they got shares, what are they going to do with shares in their hands and a higher stock price? Oh my God, we can't hold them. They're so hot in our hands. So no, they're totally different things. They're reverse splits, but they're not the same thing. So I hope that helps. So there you go.